welcome, welcome.
Thank you,
Ken,
Milo.
you sat on your mic.
Oh, Ken.
Wow.
Well, welcome, welcome. Obviously, California, no stranger. But what about the northern part? How's it been treating you so far?
What I've seen of it.
Yeah.
We don't
The
spend
hall
much time.
and the
Yeah,
hotel.
exactly.
But it's great up north. I mean, we've both been up here
Oh, yeah.
before,
Yeah,
San Francisco,
I love this
Sacramento.
part of the- In fact, San Francisco is where we
That's right, of course.
actually made the movie.
Yeah.
The night
Up
before
here.
Christmas. Yeah.
Northern California.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Ken, you've had a big week with D23 and now here
Yes,
at GalaxyCon.
yes. Last, what was it, Sunday, D23? I borrowed from my sister villain, Ursula.
Did anybody see? Did anybody see Ken performing "Poor Unfortunate Souls"? So, what was the background on that? How was that something that you had recommended? Did they come to you with that?
Disney character voices, our friends, came to me and they said, we'd like you to do it. I assumed they meant Oogie Boogie. And they said, no, we'd actually like you to do Poor Unfortunate Souls. I thought, okay. And then I realized the difference between Pat Carroll's voice and mine is like a six-pack of Budweiser. That's about it. So it was fun. I had a great time.
You get to, as you said, you thought it was going to be Oogie Boogie, and you're still reprising that voice and Jack's voice today with events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, the Oogie Boogie Bash, which I'm so looking forward to going next week.
Yeah. Go.
Of course, Haunted Mansion Holiday. What is it like to reprise those such beloved characters this many years here in 2024?
I know. It's still stunning to me, really, that we're still sitting here and that the enthusiasm has grown over the time. How many years has it been now?
30.
Oh,
Well, we were only 10 when we did it.
That's true.
Did you know?
So Ken, you get to reprise your role, and do you guys get to ever partake in some of those things, like the Oogie Boogie Bash or Haunted Mansion Holiday?
Yeah, I've been to both of them.
I've been to nothing.
Not really?
No. Somebody take me.
I'll take you.
Who wants to take Chris to Oogie Boogie Bash?
Thank you.
The people
also,
over there in the
isn't there-
West Wing, I'm just saying hello to you. The people that are in Cleveland.
That's Paducah.
Paducah.
Yeah. Also, isn't there a live show that's on the stage in
Yes.
L.A.? Because I know I did a voice at one point.
Yes.
For,
There's
for
a
that
live-
big puppet.
Yeah, there's a giant puppet at Walt Disney World, giant puppet for Mickey's Not So Scary on the stage show, which, again, was just that. I mean,
I got to see it at
right.
some point. Yeah.
Absolutely, you have to see it. And I know we've talked about it before where, Henry Selick said, no, there's going to be, no sequels.
No.
But you've said it before where you kind of feel like these events, the video games, some of these other things that you've done kind of have been that sequel, that legacy.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it continues, and in the sense of what sequel really means, continuum or continuing, I think that's what we are the sequel, right? You all are the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, I'm looking out here and I see Olivia. Isn't that your name? Olivia and her mom. And they were here this morning, and it reminded me how multi-generational this is now. And how many of you here enjoyed the movie with a parent? And how many of you with your children? Yeah, right.
With your
So it's a testament to the artistry, first of all, of the people who made it, the animators, bless them, and also of Henry Selick, who we were in the studio with sort of constantly not constantly, but every few months over a period of a couple of years. And it's alive. It's astonishing.
I guess we could say it's 3 generations, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
And I think, and you have the added benefit of being both a Halloween time movie and a Christmas movie. So you pretty much quarter the entire second half of the year.
True.
That's true. That's true.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
And I don't think there's anything else that quite covers that, is there? It might be a Christmas with a little something, or Halloween, but this is actually really covers both holidays. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why it's lasted so long.
One of them, yes.
Do you have any Nightmare Before Christmas memorabilia at home? Any Jack Skellington socks in your collection?
Are those the socks that Jack wore in the movie? I have 4 or 5 of the heads, of the actual heads, the animatronic heads, and I also have the blackboard, Jack's blackboard. It's in bad shape, sadly, but that's what I've got.
I have a lot of stuff, not so much things from the original set and things, but I have a lot of things that are no longer made. I have a tombstone clock, which is whatever, you know, and I have a plate that was done at the very beginning before it really got, you know, a lot of stuff like that. I have a bag and a box of stuff that keeps coming and presenting itself to me. Remember swatches?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a whole series of Nightmare Before Christmas swatches that I have that I hope are worth a lot of money now.
The most amazing, I saw something today that I'd never seen before. Have you seen this? It's a record of the, I guess it's the soundtrack, with, the, what are they called? It's like, it would be a flip card that when it turns, you see the actual scene on the record. Who thinks of these things?
And I've seen the record, but I haven't seen it in action when that actually happens and everything. Yeah.
Does anybody here have the record? We can maybe.
Somebody did. We signed a few of them.
You have it with you?
No, not with me.
Oh, okay. But you have it. Yeah, maybe we signed it today. Who knows? At any rate.
Chris, there was a news article that came out the past couple of days. I believe it might have came out yesterday, where Henry made an allusion to the fact that maybe there was a Jack Skellington hidden in all of Henry's films. Did you hear about this?
No.
Did anybody see this news article, or am I just making this up like a fever dream? Okay, there's a couple people in here, so I'm not. Yeah, so Henry had an interview, and he said that he, for legal reasons, he couldn't confirm, but he said, yes, look for little hidden Jack Skellingtons in all of his projects.
All of his projects?
All of his projects.
So it would be Coraline, James and the Giant Peach. What else? Vincent?
Vincent, yeah.
So now I feel like I have to go
There
back.
you're going to go look at them all again,
Now I have to
right?
go back
It's
and
a good way to, yeah.
Maybe that's how Henry is trying to get everybody to go back and watch.
Residuals.
Yeah, there you go. That's smart. Even if that isn't the reason, it makes you want to go back and look for them, right?
So by the way, as I said, we have a live mic. I know there's a lot of you here, so let's go ahead and start lining up if you have questions. While people are starting to line up, I'm going to ask you this question. As prominent residents of Halloween Town, maybe you might be two of the best people to ask. When is the proper time to start setting up those Halloween decorations? Is it October 1st? Is it September 1st? Is it, say, August 17th?
August 16th.
August 16th. Are you guys big on Halloween decorations yourselves?
Oh, I love Halloween is literally my favorite holiday. It always was, not just because of being at the epicenter of it now, but it's always been my favorite holiday. And I mean, let's face it, it's a little early nowadays, but what's too early when you're having a good time, right?
And more so, I think Christmas is too early now. Yeah. But at any rate, when I was growing up, Halloween was big. Yeah. But once I became an actor, I've had this conversation with my children when they were little, and they kept saying, Daddy, why don't you dress up for Halloween? And I tell them I dress up for a living. Right. So, you know, it's not a big deal to me.
Hello. What's
Questions?
Hi, I'm Betsy. I just want to
Hi,
say
Betsy.
Nightmare Before Christmas is like my family's favorite movie. A couple years ago, me and my two little sisters were Lock, Shock, and Barrel for Halloween, and that was really fun. But my question for you guys is, for your respective characters, how did you decide on like the voice? Was it like, did you make it up, or did the Danny Elfman tell you to do something, or how did you decide on like Jack's voice and Oogie's voice?
Jack's voice, I had the advantage of having heard Danny sing the songs. And I knew they were looking for a voice similar, so that was a key. But I think it was really more just a matter of it's being a kind of natural fit in terms of what you hear. Because I've heard a lot, I have always had people tell me that they're surprised that it's not the same person, which is a testament to me.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. At any rate, I certainly took my lead from Danny singing.
Okay, thank you.
Well, they actually showed me the storyboards, and they said, "What do you think he sounds like?" And I thought, well, hell, I don't know if you don't know. How do I know you? But I said, well, I think, after some more discussion, it's a combination. I said, a little Bert Lahr from The Wizard of Oz. You know, I do believe in ghosts. I do believe. And a little bit of Cab Calloway, who is a great jazz performer, if you don't know. Let me tell you about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low-down hoochie coocher, you know, kind of, you know. And I always love to say this. The voice of the demon from The Exorcist. Yes. Mercedes McCambridge, the queen of voice work, who had my favorite line, "What a lovely day for an exorcism." It's just too sick, right?
I've never heard you do that.
You never heard me do that?
I love it.
I'll say it again. No. But you mix the three of them together. I said, if I go too far in any direction, tell me. And they said, oh, we love it. And Henry and Danny were like, yeah. I thought, yeah, I'm as weird as you are. That's good. So we did it like that. And if I went too far in any of the directions, and after a while, it sort of settled into a specific. And of course, my own, you know, hot sauce, I like to call it, that I put on it. But those were my inspirations for it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
you.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm short. My name is Yvette, and the movie has been a part of literally my entire life. But I wanted to know, what 2 lines did you guys ad-lib, if you did any of that, or improvise in the movie? If you remember. I know it's been a while.
I don't think I improvised anything. I mean, Henry did a lot of, you know, give me a bunch of different kinds of screams.
Right, that
or
kind of
yells
thing.
or whatever. But I don't remember ever.
A line.
Yeah.
No. I think because of the way it's done, because you have to, you know, match up and do all these different things, I think it seemed to be paramount that everything was written so they'd know what exactly they were getting. Or going to rely on, at least, probably, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
Julian, and I wanted to know if there's any other Tim Burton franchise, movie, or project that you wish you were a part of.
All of them.
True that. All of them. I love his world. His
Yeah,
world
me
is
too.
always. I loved Legend of Sleepy Hollow. You know, I thought that was amazing. Edward Scissorhands.
Scissorhands is so
Yeah.
extraordinary. There's so many movies that are, you know, just have that indelible Tim Burton stamp to them. He's an original. And they don't come along very often.
Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Eliza. Nightmare Before Christmas is such an amazing film to me. I have a giant Oogie Boogie in my room. But
How do you sleep?
Good question. But I actually had a question a bit, because Nightmare Before Christmas is stop motion. It's what a lot of people think of when they think of a stop motion film. It's just such an amazing example of that, admittedly pretty rare type of film to see nowadays. And I was curious, when you were reading your lines and acting for the film, were you able to see a bit of that stop motion process and how all of that worked?
No, to my knowledge, it was done after our voice recording, because they
always.
did it to our voices, pretty much. I mean, they had the armatures and the storyboard and stuff like that. But I don't remember seeing anything other than just the drawings and things like that. And then I saw what they animated, if you will, to the voice work.
I was able to go down, it was sort of down the subterranean part of that building where all the little sets were, and see the sets. And also I had the advantage of actually having seen a couple of the songs that they'd already animated for Danny, for the songs. But other than that, it was all, the animation was always after we did the voice.
Right. Well, thank you so much for answering.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Sunshine. I'm old enough to remember when the film came out first time, back in the dark ages.
So are we.
And there was a lot of controversy about a dark theme to a Christmas movie. Did that affect you post-production? Did that, were you guys upset? How did you kind of take that in when the media was sort of anti-dark Christmas?
I remember a couple of times mentioning Christmas Carol and saying, well, if this is dark, what about that? I mean, you got ghosts, you got graveyards, everything that's great.
Crippled children. And
Purple children. Yeah, I mean, really dark themes in A Christmas Carol. I think light, A Nightmare Before Christmas is fairly light compared to A Christmas Carol. So,
It's interesting because Danny Elfman tells the story of showing the executives, I believe Disney and I don't know if Touchstone was involved, but at any rate, showing the film executives the first screening of it before it was out in the world, and they were ready to ditch it because they thought it was too dark. They thought it would frighten children. They thought it was going to be a complete disaster. I mean, Danny describes the scene where he literally got on the elevator with the executives, and they were all going, "Oh, God, what are we going to do with this?" And I think it's a testament to beware of underestimating an audience, particularly children who have a very strong sense of themselves often and a strong sense of the fantasy world and how there is a division, that it's not, it's not going to cross into their lives. And I'm rambling now. At any rate, I think it's been proven, obviously, that it's not.
And I think I would agree with you, Chris, and I think also it's opened a door that maybe wasn't there. It's created a sensibility about all of that, that if it was there, it's given it more breath, more life, and if it wasn't there, it's opened the door. Because now I think people they would never blink twice at anything in that realm or world in the holiday realm,
Thank you, Dr. Ken Page.
You're welcome.
For that analysis, which really very much encapsulizes it. Yeah, exactly.
Hello,
Hi,
what's your name?
Amanda. I just wanted to know, when Nightmare Before Christmas came out, of course it was like kind of controversial and everything else, but when it started to hit and it started to become like a culture and an aesthetic and it created this whole thing, how did that hit you when you started to see that happening? What was that like for you?
Well, I think we basically, my experience is that I've seen it at these events over the years, because we've both been doing these for a few years now, and it started small, really. It was, there was a group of people who loved it and appreciated it, and it just blossomed, and I think a lot of it has to do with partially what Ken said, which it opened a door for a particular age group, particularly for kids, and the fact that it's multi-generational, too. That's, I think, a big thing.
I remember the first time I was doing a show and there were people working on the crew of the show who were sort of goth, kind of, and this guy came up to me and, make a long story short, he said, "I hear that you're the voice of Boogie Boogie and Nightmare Before Christmas." Now, I didn't know anything was going on. I thought the movie came out, that's that. It was like a year or two later, maybe. And he said at this club that he went to every weekend, this goth club in LA, that they played the Oogie Boogie song at the end of the night. And so they would all be partying, and all of a sudden they'd do, boom, 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 and everybody would start. I said, "Why did they do that?" He said, "Oh, man, you don't know?" I said, "About what?" And he started to tell me the following that the movie had picked up. And that was the first time I ever realized that there was something else going on. And then from there, it just kept growing and growing and growing until you saw it. I remember once in, I think, Japan, going to a store where they had all of the silver jewelry of Jack, basically. And it was a whole store of Nightmare Before Christmas jewelry. And I mean, I'm talking high-end stuff, right? And like I said, it was all Jack. And I thought, wait a minute, what's happening, you know? And then little by little by little, more and more and more into where we are now, right? But it was wild to kind of be part of something. You didn't even know you were part of it, you know?
And also, I think what happened in the sort of gradual acceptance of the aesthetic of the movie is that the marketing people figured it out, and they started producing the stuff that you guys buy and that my grandkids want when they go into a store. And that kind of, you know, was kind of woven in to the fact that it blossomed over time into the general culture. So that now Halloween is huge. I mean, Nightmare is huge over Halloween. It's Nightmare's sort of taken over Halloween in a way.
It's wild, isn't it?
Crazy.
It's cool.
It's cool, yeah, it's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, hi, I'm Jeffrey with the letter G. The both of your question is, how come as every films of Tim Burton and Henry Winkler, they have like cameos or Easter egg that's a scene based on Nightmare Before Christmas?
It's kind of what we were talking about with, again, the Easter eggs of Nightmare Before Christmas and Henry's movies.
Including Tim Burton's film, that's what.
And Tim Burton, right?
Well, I've never seen any of them, so I don't know if they're in there. Like we were saying earlier, we probably have to go back,
Have to go back.
and
Yes,
look
we're
at a
going to
lot
go
of the
back and
film.
watch the movies before we can answer that question. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And there goes Beetlejuice 2 coming out next month. It could be the next scene that you involve.
Yeah, maybe we'll see Jack Skellington and
Yeah.
Or
Beetlejuice.
it's that same snake stripe.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Sabrina. I have a question for Chris. So, Child's Play was, you played Mike Norris, and the film was set in Chicago. It was very cold, I assume.
Oh, God.
How long did it take just to film a certain scene? Because most of the scenes were outside.
You have to bring back that memory, don't you? Of one of the most, it was one of the toughest movie shoots I've ever been on. The temperature was almost invariably 5 degrees, 10 degrees, and then the wind coming off the lake made it minus whatever it was. And, you know, the actors had to dress in our regular costumes. I mean, they had, you know, we had long underwear on and everything, but the crew were dressed like Eskimos. You know, they were all dressed in parkas and, you know, heavy weather gear. And it was pretty tough. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry about that.
Great voice.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Speaking of voiceover work.
Yes. A lot of people say that. I'm Jonathan. That lovely lady was my girlfriend we met earlier. And since I got both of you guys here.
You met earlier today?
Met you that.
Oh.
That would be funny, right? Right?
A lot of hooking up going on at this con,
No.
folks.
We met you earlier
Woo.
today. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So, little confusion there. I'm on the spectrum, so sorry.
So are we.
So, there you go. So since you guys are here, I might as well ask both of you guys this question. Loved the movie, grew up with it, had matching pajamas, everything for it. And how did you guys feel when Paul Rubens passed away? Must have been tough, right?
I had been, excuse me, doing some, we do these concerts where we sing the score live to live orchestra to the film and so forth. And Paul had been part of those all along at, what's the name of the play? Hollywood. Hollywood Bowl. Hello. Hollywood Bowl. Certainly wider known as Pee Wee Herman and his creation and all the sort of things. I think if people didn't know before, immediately with his passing, I think everybody realized what a real genius he was. To create a world, like we're talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, he did that with Pee Wee's Playhouse and all the things connected to it out of his brain.
Right.
One head, one brain. So it's just amazing, But he left us, was my thought, with all of that forever.
Yeah.
And he's not gone, he's just not here,
Right.
I can't put it any more eloquently.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Jeff. You did great work on both your characters, but I want to know, did Tim Burton ever give you any special particular direction in creating your characters or even voicing the characters?
I only met Tim at the end, after the movie was done. And there were some things that after I saw the rough put together assemblage of the movie that I thought I could have done better. And there were some things that he wanted to work on. So we got together and we did ADR, which is, you go in after and you redo the syncing of the lines. And I spent, I think, a couple of days with Tim in the studio doing that. And it was great. He's such a lovely human being, first of all, and so collaborative. So that was my experience with Tim.
I didn't meet him until way later. I think like at the black carpet when the movie came out, when they did the album with Marilyn Manson and all these people, and there was a black carpet. And I think that's when I might have met him the first. Well, it was probably before then, but it had nothing to do with the work. It was after the fact, And I remember saying to him, I said, "Oh, hello, Tim Burton." I said, "Hi, I just want to meet you. My name is Ken Page." He went, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Oogie Boogie." "Oh, So it was like, yeah. But still, as we were saying, all those other films, I'm a fan. It was like, wow, I'm meeting Tim Burton. Never mind that I was in Nightmare Before Christmas.
All right, thank you very much. And thank you, Ken, for signing my villainous box of
You're
Oogie
welcome.
Boogie.
All right, so we got about 15 minutes left. I think we can try to get through all of these questions. Hello.
My name is Damon. Do you need some help? Yeah. There you go. My name is Damon. If the movie never came out, where would you guys be right now?
Not here.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Right? Who knows? We could have been anywhere else, right?
And also, we both have experience doing other things, too. Ken is one of the great singers of our time. Broadway, Cats, you name it. Ken's been in it. He's done it. And we both done Broadway as well. We'd just be acting. Yeah. Whenever a job comes up.
We'd be at your house.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll tell you a quick story. I have a daughter who at the time was younger than you. Now she's in her 40s. And she was with a friend, and they were sitting and they were having ice cream with the friend's mother. And the friend's mother was asking them what their fathers did. And the little girl's mother that my daughter was with said, "You know what Daddy does?" And the girl said, yeah, he makes wires in houses. And she said, "That's right, Daddy's an electrician." She asked my daughter what her daddy did, and my daughter said, "He looks for work." Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Morgan, and first I want to say thank you guys so much for coming. You're always so pleasant. You always act like besties. You seem like you're having a great time. I love watching
We
you at
really
panels.
hate each other.
We hate each other. We
Yeah.
never speak. We don't talk to
Enemies.
each other.
This is actually a friendship that has blossomed as a result of our doing a lot of these shows.
And people assume we worked together on the movie,
Never saw
which
each
we
other.
didn't.
No.
At all, But I call her my road wife. Or should I say husband? Sorry.
I'll be your wife for a day or two.
You'll be my wife for a day.
It's 2024.
It's
fine.
2024. Come on, we'll switch.
Exactly.
But my question, obviously you guys enjoy and love being your characters, but has there ever been a moment in all of these 30 plus years that you've felt maybe a little bit sour that Nightmare has overshadowed some of your other work? This is coming from someone who, Cats is my favorite musical of all time, so like, is there a little bit of like, man, I wish people knew this other stuff I did a little bit more?
No. Well, the vast majority knows this, right? I mean, you love Cats, but you say people, they go, "Oh, what's Cats?"
Yeah.
You were in what? Cats? And you think, well, okay, Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, okay. I think anybody that gets something like this is blessed,
It's a gift.
Yeah.
It really is a gift. That's the way I see it.
Okay, great. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, my name is Fiona, and I was just curious, what is your favorite character besides your character that you voice?
In the movie?
Yeah, in the movie.
What's the evil guy's name in the wheelchair?
Dr.
Doctor.
Franken, what's his name? Frankenfurter? Yeah.
Not
one of mine, too.
Frankenfurter. That's
No.
Finkelstein. Yeah. I like him a lot because he sounds like Betty Davis. That's what I.
And a wonderful actor named Bill, what was Bill's last name? Hickey. Yeah, who was a very well-known theater actor and a character actor for movies, and who was around for forever, and also an acting teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, for a long time, but a lovely guy. Bill Hickey.
Thank you.
Oh,
How you doing?
Jack.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Hi, I'm Renee. I just wanted to ask, kind of out of the trio of terror, which one was your personal favorite? I loved Locke, so.
I'm sorry.
Out of Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Oh.
I was like, who is that? A trio of terror. I don't know. I never think of them separately.
No, I don't either. Yeah.
It's like Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Yeah.
You know, they're a collective little evil
Yeah.
package.
Yeah.
I
you
don't know, I like the little devil. He was just.
Oh, yeah?
He was a little devil.
He
It
was a little
perfect.
devil.
Which one did Catherine play? Does anybody
Shock.
know? Shock? I
Earl
think
was
maybe
kinda
that was my favorite. Although Paul Rubens was one, Catherine was Catherine O'Hara, and Danny was the other.
Whichever one said, make me.
I think that
That's
was
the one.
Beryl.
Was that Beryl?
I think so.
Make me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, what's your name?
Adrian, I have a question. Have you guys ever been to Disneyland, and how many times have you ridden the Haunted Mansion ride?
I think I've only been on it. I know I was on it before it became Nightmare, when it was the Haunted Mansion, and then after that, I don't know if I've ever been on it since it became Jack.
We gotta
Jack
get you.
and
We gotta
Nightmare.
get you there.
Yeah, it's been a long
Everyone,
time.
field trip right after this.
With all of my friends.
I think I'd been on the Haunted Mansion ride, twice before the overlay with Nightmare Before Christmas, and then I went on it to see that. And so that's 3 times. I've been to Disneyland, well, obviously 3 times, but I think I've actually been 4 times. 5, because I went to the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Do I hear 6?
Yeah, I want to go again. There's new stuff, right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
You do not have on a Blockbuster T-shirt. I live for it. Yeah, there you go.
Well, first, I just wanted to tell you both. I mean, I was a teenager. First, what year did Nightmare come out again? Oh, wow.
Came out in 93?
Anyway, I was a teenager. It was honestly one of my favorite movies. And, Chris, my question to you, can I ask you a question about Susan?
Depends.
It's a related...
Not that I have a very good relationship with Susan, so it's not that. It's just, yes, go ahead.
It's a related question to the franchise in a way. But I remember I was surprised when I learned that she was in James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, then this is the other
I'm
question.
going to ask her next time I see her. Yes,
so
go ahead.
So the fact then, you just answered with your reaction, but the fact that you were in a Henry Selick film, stop motion, and she was in a Henry Selick film, stop motion, and that you guys used to be married, it's a complete coincidence, isn't it?
The first time in history that a formerly married couple, I'm not sure what your point is.
My question is,
yes.
There was no like, oh, I've worked with this guy, Henry Selick, you should do it, or, oh, I know this person.
Nah.
Nothing like that.
No. Purely coincidental.
Well, thank you for asking, telling me that, because I've always wondered.
Thank you.
Well, now we've learned that you might possibly be in that movie as well. Jack Skellington might be there.
Ooh.
Yeah, so. Hello.
Hi, Sally.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Victoria. This question is actually for Mr. Page. I was wondering, since the original movie, the original script, they were going to have a
Can you
big-
speak up a little bit?
Sorry. They were going to have a...
Lower that a little bit. So
Lower it?
Yeah,
That better?
there you go. There you go.
Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. They were going to have a reveal where Dr. Finkelstein was actually behind Oogie Boogie. I was wondering if they did go in that direction, would that change sort of the way you played the character and like the cadence of your speech?
No. No, because it would be the same thing. If whatever he had created, it would be the thing, right? Like Frankenstein would not change if the person creating Frankenstein were different, I think. I don't know. What the hell do I know? But basically, no, I don't think it would have changed my approach, you know.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Your eyes are beautiful.
Thank you. They're contacts.
Of course they are.
Hello.
You my first love, Chris Sarandon. My first love.
Oh.
1987, I became an aficionado for vampires. If you ask me what is the movie of my life, Friday Night. So it's been 37 years I turned into a vampire manic. Every Halloween I go as vampire. All my social media is related to vampire. I have I'm 44, so I have thousands of pictures of all types of makeup and stuff. All because of you.
Wow.
Because of your character, Jerry Dendry.
Well, and also because of...
The soundtrack, something so thrilling is, you are my first love, my first love. Do you have any idea of the impact you caused in South America? Because I'm Brazilian. I'm a journalist, and I'm Brazilian from Rio. I'm speaking a little funny because I have these fangs on. So, do you have any idea of the impact that Friday Night had in the 80s in Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay?
No. Now I do.
It's real. It's real.
Thank
Your
you.
power there in South America is amazing. And yeah.
Okay.
Whatever I remember to say, I want to say that picture. I think I.
Yeah, I've been to Brazil, by the way, a long time ago, for a movie that I made before Fright Night, a movie called Lipstick that was made way back when, and I did a tour of South American countries to promote the movie, and I was in Rio, and I loved it. It was great.
That's where I was
but
born.
before you were born.
I
I'm
was born in
serious.
1980.
Before you were born.
Oh my God. I'm also a big fan of the movie that I don't remember the name now, with Al Pacino. You were
Dog Day Afternoon.
so cute in that movie. Yeah. And of course, whoever is fan of Chris Sarandon here, Dark Tides. Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have two more questions to get to, I think. Yes, is that two? All right, thank you so much. Hello.
Hi. My name's Ethan. Wanted to ask you, maybe I missed this because we were a couple minutes late, but if you, I'm sure everyone in the audience thinks the movie was perfect, but how would you feel about a sequel? Do you have any direction that you'd want to take it? Or?
We kind of spoke about that a little bit,
Yeah.
saying that kind of the thing that's come after the film, some of this, some of the, the devotion to it, and so on and so forth, is the sequel of a sort. I don't know if that answers your question at all, but.
Do you think a sequel would screw up the legacy of Nightmare Before Christmas? Kind of tarnish it? Like, sometimes there's examples of movies where a second one comes out and then the first one kind of gets forgotten because...
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Because,
yeah. but it's sort of been so totally quashed by both Tim and Henry, particularly Tim, who feels that it's all the talk of there being a sequel, it really doesn't affect him because he really feels that this one did it, and why go there?
Makes sense.
Why try to recreate the magic when the magic is, it's part of what's happening here.
It's so good that, you crave more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, last question. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Emma, and my question is actually for Chris. I grew up with the movie The Princess Bride and you as Prince Humperdinck. So I don't connect you much with The Nightmare Before Christmas. You're Prince Humperdinck to me. So.
Thank you.
But my question is, did you hypothetically take anything from The Princess Bride set? Hypothetically.
Hypothetically?
Hypothetically.
Oh, okay. You're trying to shield me from any kind of legal
Yes.
action, is what
Yes.
you're doing?
Yes.
Thank you. My attorney is. I just engaged her. Yes, I have Prince Humperdinck's flag. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I have from the movie. I have a cap that I wore, with some. No. Yes. Maybe. How's that for illegal jeopardy?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that is going to be our time. Any last words for these great fans here at GalaxyCon San Jose?
No.
Just thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving this movie. It gives me a great deal of satisfaction, and at the same time, it's very humbling to be in your presence. Thank you.
Always, yeah. Really and truly.
And thank you all. And to commemorate this occasion, what we're going to do now, we're going to do a little stage selfie. So if you guys want to stand up.